Breaking news right now, the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office is investigating a deadly deputy-involved shooting in West Palm Beach.
All this on Mercury Street. Sheriff Rick Bradshaw about to hold a news conference live. We understood from a source I talked to over the last hour, a knife-wielding man is on the scene, severely injures one person, kills another when deputies show up. We're going to go live. Let's go live to the podium now, where again Sheriff Rick Bradshaw is about to give us the details on this. If we can throw to that shot and see if he's ready to go. Let's stand by for Sheriff Rick Bradshaw, beginning right now as we stand by, as reporters get ready for the sheriff to speak. And again, within the hour, understanding that at least 2 deputies showed up, and from one person I talked to, one person.
Okay, here's what we know right now from all the information that we've gathered up to this point. About 8:17 tonight, we got a call of an assault in progress. 2 responding deputies arrived at the scene. When they arrived at the scene, the first deputy went up into the driveway area and saw a Hispanic male laying on the ground in a large pool of blood. And a second Hispanic male about, I'd say 25 feet away from him, pacing up and down the driveway with a large machete in his hand. Looks like it's about 18 to 24 inches. The second deputy was instructed to go get a less than lethal weapon, which is our 40mm stun gun, to see if, we can use that on him. While she was retrieving that weapon, the deputy repeatedly was telling the suspect, put the knife down, put the knife down, put the knife down. He turned, raised the knife, and charged towards the deputy who was standing over the gentleman that was on the ground, protecting him to see if he was still alive, at which time when the suspect charged him, he discharged his firearm and the suspect fell in the yard. Right now, we have one that is deceased, which was the victim that was killed by the suspect with the machete. The suspect himself is deceased, and there is a Hispanic female in the hospital with several cuts on her that she's in surgery right now. So basically what had happened is the Hispanic male that had the machete killed the guy that was on the ground, cut the woman severely who's in the hospital, and the responding deputy took the action that was necessary to save his own life when the guy charged him. So that's where we're at right now. We'll be able to give you the identities on the people that are deceased and the woman in the hospital probably within the next hour, we hope, after we do the necessary notifications. That's where we stand right now. There's no injuries to the deputies.
Any idea whatsoever what led to that argument to begin with?
That's part of the investigation right now. We know that the one Hispanic male is the neighbor across the street, and the 2 that are in the one that's in the yard is a boyfriend of the woman that's in the hospital. So there's a lot more that's going to unfold here. That's what we have right at this point in time, and there'll be more details released at a later date. But at this point in time, 2 dead, 1 in the hospital.
Can you describe the actions again the deputy took to protect himself?
Well, the first thing he did was he stood over the body because he didn't know if the guy was dead for sure or not. We know it was a large pool of blood. But then the guy with the machete didn't put it down, actually turned, raised it in the air, and charged towards the deputy. That's when he discharged his firearm to neutralize that threat to him.
How many shots were fired?
Don't know that yet. That's still under investigation. So that's what we have right now. We'll be getting back to you with more. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw just wrapping up a news conference, confirming a lot of details and weaving that together for us, Kelly, over the last hour. Again, a violent domestic type scene unfolding over the last hour.
That's right, on Mercury Street, as a matter of fact. We have some team coverage tonight. Our Alyssa Heineman is on the scene now, where there is a heavy police presence, as you can expect. Alyssa?
Well, that's right. You just heard live from the sheriff. They will be out here for quite some time as this continues to unfold. Like you said, they're trying to discover what led up to that stabbing incident. And once we get that information, we're going to bring it back to you. But like he said, right now we've got 2 men dead. We have 1 woman in surgery. What we know so far is, like you said, that 1 man was carrying a machete. He says the 2 men were neighbors, stabbed one of the men. The officers arrived, tried to protect themselves. He charged at the officer, and the sheriff says that's when the deputy discharged his weapon, killing the suspect. So that's what we know right now. The sheriff says he believes, like you just heard, that we should be hearing some more information about the victims and that suspect maybe in about an hour. So once we hear that information, we'll bring that back to you, and we will remain on scene until we get all of that. For now, reporting live in suburban West Palm Beach, Alyssa Heineman, WPTV News Channel 5.
And Megan McRoberts continues our team coverage, standing by live outside St. Mary's Medical Center right now, where the female victim was taken. Megan?
Right, Michael, that newest information we're receiving from Bradshaw, a female victim, a Hispanic woman who sustained several cuts, stab wounds from a man with a machete. We're told, of course, Bradshaw just telling us moments ago that she is in the hospital right now in surgery for treatment to those wounds. Very potentially traumatic situation, we're learning. We are, we're sure that she was taken here via Trauma Hawk about 2 hours ago from that scene of that deputy-involved shooting. And, of course, Bradshaw also confirming that the man accused of stabbing this woman also possibly killed another man earlier in the night. A very traumatic situation, like we said. We're going to be closely awaiting any updates on this woman's condition. That's the latest here at St. Mary's. I'm Meg McRoberts. Back to you.